Is there anything more English than this day? Right? I don't think so.
This is Jonathan Agger of Fifth Pro Boxing Fans, joined by Eddie Hearn here 2 days away from a huge heavyweight fight at the Copper Box, Fisher against Babic. Eddie, I bet you're just excited for that first bell to go, right?
Yeah, I mean, I'm excited for the football, I'm excited for the whole night. Some great fights, a great card, and a big heavyweight fight as well. You know, you're talking about 6,000 to 7,000 for really what is kind of a next-gen card, really. Johnny Fisher, a young heavyweight prospect, fighting Alen Babic, you know, it's caught the attention. It's doing big numbers at the box office, doing big numbers digitally, and the media are, you know, invested in the fight, and it's going to be a big night.
It seems like it's been respectful, but there's a few jibes going around. Fisher said that he would have beaten Babic on his debut. Babic saying that he's going to basically drown Johnny on Saturday. What have you made of sort of the back and forth so far?
I like it. I mean, it's not really Johnny's style, but Babic always sticks it on you in the ring and out of the ring, and I think they like each other, but at the same time, I think Babic wants to unnerve him. I think Babic wants to make Johnny have a fight with him, make mistakes. You know, if Johnny boxes him, gets behind a jab, you know, he's a very strong, sharp operator. But if he stands in the middle of the ring and trades, that's Alan's cup of tea. And I do think it'll be that kind of fight. I think whatever Johnny tries to do, I think the reality is, once that bell goes and you've got that crowd in there, that noise, and England have just beat Switzerland, I think it's just going to be wild. And I think it's just going to be a 3-round shootout. That is what I think will happen.
Would any result here surprise you if Babic wins by knockout, if Fisher wins by knockout?
No, but I do think Johnny's the favourite, and I think he can win the fight early. If the fight goes deep, it starts becoming quite difficult for Johnny Fisher, because that's what Babic does. He fights at a very hot pace, and if you're not used to that, and if you haven't gone deep rounds, it can catch you out. But I don't think we'll get there.
Talk to us a bit about the undercard. Which fight on there are you most excited about?
Reece Bellotti against Levi Giles. You know, in a similar way that you saw Conor Walker against Lewis Crocker, this will be that kind of fight. Like, Reece is never in a bad fight. Levi Giles sold a lot of tickets, actually. Very, very exciting fight. British and Commonwealth Championships. Actually really looking forward to as well Maisie Rose's fight. It's a very tough fight. Step up for the WBA international title. And John Hedges, who's in his first championship fight as well. You know, these next gen cards are great, where you're actually seeing, like, the young prospects rolling the dice. Then, of course, you've got Laylee Buttigieg, sold a huge amount of tickets, Giorgio Vizioli, who's looked sensational, and Jimmy Sains, who's out back-to-back after a great knockout win last week.
Just for, you know, the people who sometimes get to the boxing at, you know, 8, 9 o'clock, would you encourage them to get there for 5 o'clock, watch the England game?
So, I mean, we're showing the football match in the arena, and we're building the before the bell around it so that you can all watch the game. It's going to be a great atmosphere in there, and, you know, if you've got a ticket, then you should get there early to watch the football, because it's available live and free. You can have a beer in there. The atmosphere is going to be building, and that's what a lot of people are doing. So, yeah, it's going to be a lively lively day.
Oh, lively. Eddie, talk to us about yesterday. You did a press conference for Catchall against Prograis. How do you feel it went, and what can fans expect from the fight?
Just a great fight. You know, I think one of the best fights at 140 pounds. You know, just so refreshing to see two contenders, top 5 contenders, that are on the verge of fighting for a world title, fighting each other. You know, and I guarantee the winner of that will fight for a world title, whether it's Teofimo Lopez or whether maybe more likely Liam Paro as well. But great fight, incredible venue there at the Co-op Live. We're going to put a great card together, and another big night for British boxing.
So just on Lopez, he came out after his fight saying he's the only star left at top rank. What did you make of that?
True, but, you know, I mean, obviously Shakur Stevenson's gone. Lomachenko is, you know, he's still a star, but he's kind of out, or one fight to go. So, yeah, you know, they don't have many stars, and I think Teofimo's probably right. He's probably the biggest star in the top ranked stable, which is worrying, because I don't think commercially he's that big a draw.
Just, I know it's getting a bit old, but I haven't spoken to you about the Joshua Froch beef. Just wondered if you've spoken to either of them, and, you know, what have they said, perhaps privately, about what's going on?
Really? I mean, you know, I don't like it, because I like both guys, and obviously I've got history with both guys as well. And they're two great fighters, two guys that have been, you know, major players of British boxing. One's a Hall of Famer, one I think is a future Hall of Famer. So hopefully it can evaporate quickly and we can all move on.
Just on Joshua, he came out saying he gives Fury no chance of beating Usyk in the rematch. Do you agree with him, or do you give Fury a chance?
I think Usyk's a big favourite, but you don't know what those fights take out of people. Like after that fight, Usyk was knackered, like he had to be literally carried back to the changing room. And obviously Fury took a pasting, particularly in the 9th round. So you don't actually know what's going to happen there. You know, I do make Usyk the favourite, but I think Fury can win.
Just a couple others to ask you. Any latest on Callum Smith and whether he's going to return?
Not at the moment, no.
Billy Joe Saunders?
No.
Next week, Jaron Ennis against David Avanesian. He's been promoting the fight pretty much every single day. Do you think more fighters can learn from the way he's going about it?
Yeah, I mean, look, I think that we've seen from the ticket sales, the excitement in Philadelphia is through the roof for next week. Can't wait to get out there. Big card, big night of boxing, and a good fight. I think we've seen one of our other fighters enter that top 5 of pound for pound in BAM. I think Ennis is already top 10 pound for pound, and in the future you're going to see him maybe even number 1 on that list.
Should he beat Avanesian in better fashion than Terence Crawford? Is that the fight you want to make next?
Well, I think Madrimov's going to beat Crawford. I really do. And if he doesn't, then I'm happy for Jaron Ennis to do the business, but I want to see him unify at 147 first.
Finally, Eddie, tell everyone why they need to tune in on Saturday Night Live on DAZN.
Saturday is a great day of British sport. England winning against Switzerland to go through to the semis, and then Johnny Fisher at Alen Babic in front of 7,000 at Copper Bosch. I mean, is there anything more English than this day? Right? I don't think so. So get to the arena early. Let's all watch the game together. If you haven't got your tickets yet, get them for the Copper Bosch. Value for money, through the roof. See you there.
Eddie, I appreciate your time.